G'day everyone, I'm Blaze, and welcome back to episode number 16 of the TriPoint podcast with Kinunners and myself.
16.
16. Howdy everyone. Howdy everyone. I guess it's probably to start straight off, this will probably be a shorter episode.
Yeah.
We don't have much, honestly, to talk about. There are some things, not much, however, and my throat is not being nice to me today.
Well.
And we have more recording to do. Yay.
Yay.
Therefore, I guess I could start with some small things.
Yeah.
I found out about Mario and Luigi Brothership. We were questioning who the developers were because Alpha Dream went bankrupt years ago.
Yeah.
There's been a statement released that some of the developers from Alpha Dream are making it.
Okay.
And that we'd have to wait until the credits play to see who actually is making it, though.
Oh. Interesting.
That's it. That's all.
I don't... That either means it's a company that's much bigger and just has people from the original stuff.
Or it's a company that's, like, done questionable games in the past.
Yeah. There's only two ways that can go.
That on
There's
Nintendo
not an
being
in-between.
sneaky for the sake of it. Who knows?
Look, maybe.
Who knows with Nintendo? Yeah. Otherwise, I'm not. That's an interesting thing I found out.
That's it? Yeah.
It's not much else
Thanks,
to that.
Nintendo.
And then another quick thing, I guess, that we'll probably talk a little bit about more. There's a lot of games that have been shown off recently that are coming to pretty much every platform except Xbox. And it's becoming a trend.
Oh.
I don't know why. Capcom are releasing something that like a lot of people really like. They're releasing like a collection of old games.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the games in there has like never been re-released or something, and it was more well known on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And this collection is coming out and it's not coming to Xbox at all.
That's kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's really odd. There's a lot of games like that at the
strange.
moment that have been shown off where it's like PlayStation and Switch and not Xbox. It's been really odd and kind of confusing. It's like
Sounds like someone has some sneaky deals.
it's sneaky deals. PlayStation's been busy.
Yeah.
I'd say it's. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't think Xbox is selling anywhere near as well as like PlayStation or Switch or anything like that. However, like, it's the same. It runs basically the same as the PS5. It wouldn't hurt to make it for it, like.
Yeah.
Because it's something I've noticed over time. Like, it's sort of, I guess, something that's always happened. I know. What's it called? One of the Fate games, the one you play on the Vita.
Oh. What is that called?
Extella?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and I know its sequel. Is that Link? Extella Link?
Link.
Yeah, that one is on Switch and PlayStation 5 and not Xbox. However, like...
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, for a game like that... Or PlayStation 4, sorry, not PlayStation 5. For a game like that, though, it's not like it's...
See, that... I think it makes a little bit more sense anyway.
Yeah, same with the other new Fate... The newer Fate game, whatever it's called, that came out. Samurai Remnant.
Samurai, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're not on Xbox. However, like, they're not types of games that I would expect to be on Xbox.
Yeah, they're very much like... It's a PlayStation game.
They're very Japanese games, and Xbox is very much not a Japanese company. Like,
Yeah.
where Nintendo and, I guess to a point, Sony's very worldwide compared to a lot of others. However, like,
Sony has a lot
Sony
of
has
RPGs.
a pretty big grasp over, like, yeah, it has a lot of RPGs. It's got a pretty big grasp over, like, Japan. And all that sort of thing. However, like, there's a lot of, like, normal, I guess, games, if you wouldn't include those as normal, like, that have been showing up lately, and Xbox has been excluded a lot. And I believe they commented on one of them recently, however, I can't remember what it was, or something like that. I don't know what they commented, they simply did. That's all I know.
Ah.
Yeah, really, really odd situation.
It sounds odd.
It's kind of worrying because, as I was sort of saying, like I've noticed the physical space. There's a lot of like the games that'll come out physically only for PlayStation and Switch and not Xbox.
Yeah, it's really
They'll have
weird.
digital on Xbox, and I think that's more Xbox's side of things, saying like get rid of like physical games in general.
Yeah.
Like when you go into like a game store, it's like you have like the big PlayStation section, the big Switch
Yeah, it's all
section,
the
and then
big-
like half a wall dedicated to Xbox now.
Yeah, the other half of the wall's dedicated to its controllers instead.
Yeah, it's controllers and PC stuff. It's like, and then like, yeah, it's kind of concerning. It's quite concerning. At the very least, if Xbox does go down that big third-party path, I guess, all we're going to need is a Switch 2 and we'll be right.
Yeah, true.
We won't even need another Xbox after this. It's like,
No, we'll stick with Nintendo, I guess.
yeah, stick with Nintendo, play our Xbox games on Nintendo.
Yeah,
That's easy.
sounds about right.
I really hope that the Switch... The big thing I like about the Xbox is like the amount of like recording controls and all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like how easy it is to create media.
the
And I
Switch
really
needs
hope...
to get better at that.
Yeah, I think the Switch itself may not be powerful enough for a lot of things. Like you could probably do it.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
However, like I think the Switch 2 really needs to like add to that. It's
Yeah.
probably the best way to go. Anyway,
Definitely.
yeah, that's about it. However, for what I had to say.
Fair enough. Definitely a weird situation.
Yeah, did we want to go over your, I guess, mini review of Fallout first, or do we want to go over some of our plans for the future?
We can probably do the mini review first, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, we finished Fallout, right? Really recently.
Not me.
Not you, yeah.
Not my type
But-
of thing.
It's done like the Halo thing, right? Where it's like it's 8 episodes long, and
Oh,
they're all
okay.
like an hour,
Yeah.
which is perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like it's set itself up for a second season, right?
Oh, okay.
At the end, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know like with the way that it's been done, I know that there's probably a fair amount of people who like probably don't like it as much.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty good personally.
Yeah. I think I know it's very popular.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very popular, and like Bethesda have
That's
had
good.
to go back and like work out Fallout plans for the future now because of it.
Yeah, that's good. We were looking at some of the bonus stuff after we finished the last episode, and I think it's the director was someone who played the games
Yeah. That
as
makes
well.
sense.
So yeah, so they were talking about like how we wanted to like bring in like all of the scenic stuff.
The things, yeah, I guess, because like a lot of Fallout's based around the world building.
Yeah. And
Like-
they had like instead of it just being like full on green screens for everything, they
Yeah.
did like go out into most of like the places, from what I could tell.
Oh, okay. Did they irradiate places? Make it more convincing.
I mean, like there was a section or like a scene, I guess, where they were in this area. I have actually got no clue where it is.
Okay.
But there's like buildings in the water
Oh.
itself, but it's like an actual place.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, where is this?
Like a place that had been flooded in the past, or like one that they literally.
That's what it look. It literally,
Yeah.
it looks like Weathering with You,
Oh, okay.
but like a mini scale version, like in a river.
Yeah, not Tokyo.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was so interesting to me because I actually like went out and there was like a desert-like place as well.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm sure you can find those in America. It's set in America.
Yeah, around the Arizona somewhere.
Yeah, but like, yeah, they actually like went out to those places and like filmed stuff out there.
Yeah.
instead of it just being like a full-on green screen.
I like it when they do that.
It's good.
It,
And the props as well.
yeah.
There's a monster in it.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
almost like a giant axolotl with some like interesting details,
Details,
I guess.
okay.
Characteristics. But they have like an actual prop for it.
Oh, was it like a rubber suit or like an actual big prop on sticks?
I think the way they were moving it, because like they could move the prop itself.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that was done, but it was like an actual like big one.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I
I was
always
like, oh.
prefer when directors go out of their way to make practical things.
Yeah, this stuff had a lot of practical things.
Yeah, it looks
From what I could
a lot
tell.
nicer when it's all practical.
So yeah, I thought it was good.
It sort of reminds me of I know a lot of the new Star Wars shows are using this big green screen room thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a green screen room, I guess. It's like a big video room where like the video of the background is playing in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, yeah. I'm like,
Kind of.
it's not as like it you can feel like the offness, like you can feel the uncanniness when you're watching the show, like a little bit.
I think
Well, at least I
that's
can.
that's the really good part about the vault, right?
Yeah.
Because inside the vaults, right, the background's made for it because they have like an artificial sky.
Yeah.
And that stuff was done with green screens, obviously.
Yeah.
And it gave it like that uncanniness that it's supposed to have.
Yeah, because it's meant to be like.
And I was like, yes.
That's pretty neat. I like that.
It's good.
Because like that is something I can say for the Halo show, that they did have a lot of like real places.
Yeah.
Like the waterfall scene in season 2.
Yeah.
I kind of like that, despite how rubbish the show is. Oh god.
Oh goodness. And they're like, because they have like ghouls and stuff and whatnot in Fallout.
Yeah.
So they have to use a lot of like special effect makeup and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that was also done really, really well,
Okay.
from what I could tell.
Yeah, because I'd imagine there'd be like whoever's walking around the world and they're meeting like different people who have like different sort of radiation sicknesses and all sorts.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of different looking people and whatnot.
Yeah.
That sounds rude, but
A whole bunch
they
of
did it really
different
good
looking
though.
people. Isn't that how it is in real life?
I didn't
You walk outside
Wasteland people.
and everyone looks different. Iceland people?
Wasteland people.
Oh, wasteland people. Okay, I'm really confused there for people.
Oh.
For people, we confused there for a second. Sounded
And they
like
had,
you were
like-
like trying to compare the wasteland people to Iceland people.
No,
That would have been rude.
that's not what I meant.
Oh my
But yeah, and they had like the suits and everything as well, like the big armors and whatnot.
god. I was surprised when you told me about like having the suits and that would have been something I would have imagined like right at the end of the season, setting up the second season.
Well, because the thing is with it is that there are people who have the suits just regularly.
Yeah.
It's just that whoever you play as gets them later.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
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 The Vault Dweller in this case doesn't have one.
Oh, okay.
There was definitely some parts though where I was like, why is this here? I was like, what is the purpose of this? Like
Yeah.
there was like a weird mini romance thing at the end
Oh.
between two characters, and I was like, what?
They like sort of come out of nowhere.
It didn't come out of nowhere. Like I understand where it came from, but at the same time, I was like, okay,
What is the point of this?
yeah. I was like,
At the very least, that would fit in a little bit better in that show than it would in Halo.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this one has like there's like a reasonable. It's within reason,
Yeah.
but I also thought, why?
Oh golly. Yeah, that's it's amazing.
But yeah,
Oh,
I thought it was pretty good.
that's good. Do they use like caps as the currency?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah. And
All my little
it's
knowledge
dog
of
meat.
Fallout I can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Do they use the Pip Boy?
Yep.
Yay! All sorts of things like that.
And it's dog meat.
And it's which, sorry?
It's dog meat.
Oh, the dogs are there.
Yeah, there's a dog in it, right? And I didn't know her name in the beginning. They like never said her name.
Okay.
And she was like, she's got an interesting story herself, that one.
Okay.
But she's been with like multiple different parties, right? Because it focuses not specifically on the Vault person. Like there's like 3 sort of main characters.
Oh, okay.
And so she's been with like every party so far. Pretty much. And then she ended up back with the ghoul person, which was one of the main characters.
Yeah.
And there was a part where he like sat down and like made a fire or whatever. And he called it dog meat. And I was like,
that's from the video game.
I was like, that's the dog.
It's the dog. Oh golly. Yeah. Any other like over the top references? I mean, the whole thing's a reference. Like,
Yeah.
and, like any other things where you like sort of sat there and went like, oh my gosh, that's the thing from the game.
There was a kid, or he was not a kid in the. He was like an adult, right?
Yeah.
In the show, but they showed a part from his backstory, and he walked out of a like a milk carton thing,
Okay.
almost like a fridge kind of thing, but like an old one, you like 1950s whatever kind of.
Yeah.
And he walked out of it, and it just reminded me of like the amount of fridge people in Fallout.
There's fridge people.
People who live in fridges.
That's a thing.
There are some people who live in fridges. Yeah, it's like a whole character that lives in a fridge.
Okay. that
pretty
that
sure.
feels like more of like a Borderlands thing for me.
Borderlands and Fallout have some pretty similar things.
Yeah, I mean they're both like post-apocalyptic wastelands.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't see any notable weapons.
Oh yeah, I guess Fallout. Like the weapons in Fallout are very like.
They mostly are just regular.
Yeah,
ones,
they're more generic weapons. They're not like Halo,
There were
where like,
giant-
the weapons are meant to be like alien
One
and
of the-
futuristic.
One of the first things that dog meat took out was a giant cockroach.
Oh my gosh, I know that thing from the game.
I was waiting for some giant fire ants,
Okay,
but there weren't any.
they might come in season 2. Were there any
Maybe.
references to like Fallout Shelter, like in specific?
Well, because that's based on the vault, so I guess you could count like the vaults having layers.
Yeah, I guess Vault life
Sort of.
in general.
Yeah. Like there's a part where the main vault dweller, she ended up in a completely different vault
Okay.
at one stage. And they had like a whole thing, right? There's like a whole plot for it.
Yeah.
It's shady vault stuff.
Okay.
But they were like the main overseer was like, you can't go down to layer 12.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, so there is layers. It's like, I mean, I didn't imagine they were all on one level, but
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they didn't show that much inside the vault, I'm guessing.
they mostly showed the like main like assembly areas,
Okay, yeah.
the doors, and the regular like housing area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, not. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if like season 2 does like a deep dive into like the layers of the vault.
I think the main one that I saw apart from that was like a scientific area where
Yeah.
some of the shady stuff was going on.
It'd be interesting
And-
if they could somehow like with CGI trickery do like a side view of the vault.
Oh yeah,
That'd be a nice like reference to
it would be pretty good.
Fallout Shelter in general.
But I think the main one I remember seeing, it was in a different layer, was the energy or the power source layer,
Oh, okay.
where they had like all of their little. I don't know what they are actually. but
I don't know.
they had all of like their little energy source type things.
Energon?
No.
Imagine. Oh, that'd be a crossover and a half. Transformers crossover Fallout.
Do you imagine?
That'd be hilarious.
It's something.
Oh, golly. Well, that's good. I'm glad it was good. Yeah, but I've seen, like, online, the general consensus is it's really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Better than the Halo TV show.
Definitely.
Oh, golly. Yeah, no, a friend of mine and I were talking about the Halo show yesterday again.
Oh, yeah.
And how bad it was. And we got into a big discussion about how, like, Chief should emote as opposed to how they, like, the show thinks he should emote.
Oh.
And all that sort of thing. 'Cause
yeah.
at one point, the actor behind Chief, I can't even remember his name right now for some reason.
Pablo?
Yeah, Pablo, that's his name. He came out and said
I
that, like,
remember that.
it's, well, something like this, at least. This is my secondhand account. Something like around, like, there's no way that he can emote inside a helmet.
Isn't that the point, though?
I'm like, Chief, have you seen Chief in the games?
The whole point is that it's supposed to... What?
Chief is very good at showing quiet emotions
Yeah.
while not being emotional. Like, that's the whole thing.
He's just everyone's dad.
This is the whole thing. Like, I remember there's like a behind the scenes out of one of the games where they talk about the reason he has like a line across his visor or lines is
Yeah.
it gives like the player like an eye line with Chief, therefore they can watch his emotions without him having to take the helmet and all that sort of thing.
Sense.
Like that sort of thing makes it really easy. Like if he tilts his head down slowly, it makes him look sad. Like
yeah,
all that sort of thing. Like he does in the start of Infinite when he's going past the Marines in space. He sort of like tilts down and he becomes more like careful with his movements.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing is how you show someone emoting with a helmet on.
I think I wouldn't know anything personally, but probably the best way to do it is simply just to look at literally regular body language.
Yeah.
And then just put a suit over it.
Yeah. It's been really interesting to me, like as of late, now that I've finished uni and everything like that, and I've had a teacher who's kind of like this, like all through our lives, like in high school and all that sort of thing, we're always told show not tell, right?
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting to me seeing like the current, like, I guess, filmmaking,
yeah, it's been the
like,
complete opposite.
industry, and the amount of people who say the complete opposite, like the people
they tell
have,
don't
like,
show.
It's always people have to like talk and they have to explain all this and that and this and that. It's like
and they like have to have dialogue.
Yeah, they have to have dialogue. They have to basically tell everybody what's going on, otherwise no one will understand and all that sort of stuff. And it's like
yeah,
that goes against all the principles I've learned.
That goes against the creative writing I was taught back in year 3.
Yeah, and in my opinion, it insults the viewer's intelligence.
Yeah, it is a bit rude, actually.
When you have to go out of the way to like constantly explain everything, like
yeah,
it's a trend that I've seen that started up a lot recently.
Yeah.
I literally have a screenwriter. I've told this story to you before. However, I can tell it to the world because I won't say his name.
Yeah.
My screenwriting teacher when I was in uni was against, like, at all odds, like not having dialogue with characters.
Yeah.
And, like, the fact that he would prefer that the characters explained everything that was going on rather than me like showing it through their body language, because I specifically made the characters in a way that their body language would show more.
Has this guy ever seen Link before?
Yeah, Link.
Like
Link, chief out of all the games, like
yeah,
these characters are really well, like Mario, even to an extent. Like Mario talks.
Yeah.
However, he doesn't talk that much.
Yeah. I think if they were able to write Byleth properly, instead of having like the rushed sort of time frame they had with Three Houses, Byleth would have ended up being a really good one too.
Yeah, like there was always this sense, and it's something that's sort of it seems that it's sort of like turned back on these days. Like back in the early to mid 2000s, and probably late 2000s as well, there was a lot of emphasis on making the player character like an empty shell,
Yeah.
to the point where there's literally a character called Shell.
Yeah. Gotta love Shell.
Oh god. However, like literally, like there was this
Even
whole
Shell
emphasis
has
on making sure
characterization.
these characters, they were emotive enough. Yeah, yeah, they were emotive enough, and you could tell who they were. However, you could like feel as a part of them while playing.
Yeah.
And these days, it's all like these characters have to be super dialogue heavy
Yeah.
and talk a lot and all that sort of thing. It's like,
And also, now this one may just be my personal gripe, but the amount of times they have to make characters overly eccentric.
yeah, like
I'm like, why?
stereotypically eccentric.
It's take Engage, right?
Yeah,
Almost everyone in there has a very like overplayed quirk,
yeah.
and it's like
I think
Aaliyah is the most normal person there, and I love her.
Yeah, I think in Engage's case, there was a lot of I
That
think
one
there's
makes
a
a
lot
bit
of
more
emphasis
sense.
on the other characters being like that for Aaliyah's sake.
Yeah, that one makes a bit more sense, but you know what I mean, though.
However, yeah, it is a little bit far in some aspects, I think.
Yeah,
Like, there's one thing to make a personality of a character like something, however, then to, like, translate that personality of the character to their,
Being
like, what
one
they're
thing.
wearing, what they're doing, and all that sort of thing.
yeah,
Like, a character could say something, and they could do something. However, like, there's got to be subtleties in a lot of different ways to make the character more believable.
there's no like. That's what it is. It's they're like one dimensional.
Yeah.
Like there's no multi. You know, I don't know what the word
like,
is.
They somewhat get a little bit more multi-dimensional as like you go through the support.
Yeah,
However, they never really reached any like writing heights or anything like that. Like
yeah,
that's why I'm really concerned about the Zelda movie. And if they get Link to talk, because like while yeah, I understand like cinema having character talk and all that sort of thing. However, like I think it would be really creative and like
make it from the point of view of Zelda.
oh yeah, have like I think it would be
Personally.
really interesting for them to make a movie about Link who doesn't talk, like about a mute person.
Yeah,
I think like that is a creative boundary that would be really interesting to see someone actually attempt.
and hopefully do like a really well done job of.
Yeah, I think that would be much more interesting of a movie if that was the case. And
Yeah,
that's
I don't
that's
think
what
it
kinda
would make
worries me a
much
little bit.
sense either.
Like,
The
I don't
Link
want
to
them make-
talk as well. Like, I can't like if someone like okay, say it came out right, and someone had watched it before us, right,
Yeah,
and was like trying to explain to us right a little bit before we watched it.
yeah.
If someone was like, "Oh hey, yeah, Link talks in this part," I'd be like, "Who is the Link you're looking at?
Yeah.
You sure that ain't Linkle?"
Because like they have made Link talk in the past, like in different
Yeah.
series and all that sort of thing. Have like most people like don't recognize those.
Yeah,
I guess is the best way to put it. Like I think honestly the best part about the Zelda games is not having Link talk.
yeah,
It's one of my favorite aspects of it, and like especially in the newer two games, like his reactions to things are hilarious.
his reactions to things just make it.
Yeah. And I think it's much more interesting that way than it is to have him simply like talk his emotions with it.
Yeah,
Like they with Link's like inability to talk, I guess, inability to talk, they've gone out of their way to make him extra expressive.
yeah,
And in my opinion, that's more interesting, personally.
yeah. It
don't
makes
Anyway,
sense.
what were we talking about originally?
Yeah, that's a pretty good question.
We went off on a bit of a
Went
tangent.
from Fallout to this
Yeah, we sort of
somehow.
finished this Fallout section. Anyway, I guess we can move on to some other, I guess, more channel related things before we end up today.
Yeah.
First things first. I don't know if there will be a Sonic out this weekend. I'm hoping there will be. If there is, it's going to be very different though.
When you finish the boss fight.
Yeah, the boss battle I can't do, and I'm not going to be here over the next few days to be able to do any recording.
Yeah.
Therefore, what I've decided to do is after I've finished all this today with you, I'm going to record like an intro and maybe an outro.
Yeah, and
in that intro, I'm sort of going to state like, this is the run where I finally defeated the boss and I didn't record my voice or anything over it. Have fun, basically.
Yeah.
That type of thing, because like...
I can understand that.
Yeah, because it's going to take me like forever, and that way, like while I'm away, I can continue playing the game and recording the footage rather than like...
Yeah.
like trying to get
I think that
an
makes
actual
sense.
recording out and all that sort of thing. Because I simply can't do it. That's what I was saying to you. I spent almost an hour before we started like the podcast, like trying to do it again, and like I can't.
You really did.
I can't do it. It's like it's frustrating me. Oh golly! And I think the only way I don't think I'm going to be able to get past it while I'm trying to talk.
Yeah.
As well, like I think I need full concentration on the game. Therefore, yeah. I will probably do that later, and that'll probably be how it goes out this weekend. And if I don't defeat the boss, then it won't be out this week. It's simply I can't. If there's no video to go out, there's no video to go out. Oh golly. Yeah, I don't want to release another video of me simply failing for 20 minutes. I already did that last week. Oh golly. Anyway,
it's fine. It works.
And on other channel news, I guess we're thinking of splitting up the Let's Plays from, I guess, the more critical videos on this channel.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's something I did before I switched the channel into more of like a collaboration channel, as I had the two channels, one with the Let's Play and one with the analysis stuff on it.
I think we should still keep it as one for the moment.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out over the next whatever week anyway.
Few days, I guess.
Let's see how we go. Because the only reason I sort of say that is because I'm not terribly worried about views or subscribers or anything like that. It's something I've noticed where this channel it does really well with the analysis videos.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that after I do an analysis video or like my thoughts on video of something, we gain a few subscribers and all that sort of thing, and then as soon as we release a Let's Play after that, they go back down again.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's something I've been watching. It doesn't really worry me too much because like...
Yeah, it's not like a...
If they're not interested, they're not interested. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's something I've sort of noticed, and I think it would like... I guess benefit the channels if we sort of split it up like that, especially because the second channel all of a sudden's got a random burst of subscribers.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I haven't put anything on it since last year.
Yeah. I guess it's just... I think part of the problem with it as well is simply just how YouTube displays things to people.
Yeah. YouTube itself will pick up on like a one-track thing.
Yeah.
Like... It's very rare to find YouTubers out there that'll do both like Let's Play / playthrough and like their big content on the same channel.
Yeah, they usually do have both, don't they? Yeah.
Therefore, yeah, it's something we'll look into. Yeah. It won't be happening until, at the very least, until we start one of the new series, like a new series anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We still got to figure it out.
It's a little bit away yet
first.
Anyway. We'll keep all the ones we have on the main channel at the moment. And then, like, if we were to do that, the podcast won't be going off this channel. It'll be staying here.
No, yeah.
And it'll be more like my thoughts on videos, and then another series that I'm planning that will definitely be on here because it's going to be a lot more edited and
yeah,
like not necessarily scripted. However, like I guess like the videos will be scripted in a way that's unscripted.
Yeah,
and that's kind of confusing to say. However, it's if I like say any more, it'll spoil everything.
Yeah.
If I can't really say it. However, like that's something we might look to in the future. However, yeah, nothing at the moment. Anyhow, I guess if there's nothing else, I guess we can start talking about the polls.
I don't think there's anything else. Like I said, I haven't gone too far with Zelda recently.
Yeah, that's
Can't find them.
How did our poll go from last week?
We got one.
One?
Yeah,
One
it was
you?
2 because of me, because I had to figure out what it was. We got one.
Yeah.
It was for Metroid.
Metroid is
Which
like...
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was talking about it with another friend the other day, how you've never like... Well, you've always liked the concept of Metroid, you've never been like hugely excited for it. However, as soon as you watch the Metroid Prime 4 trailer, I've never seen you this excited for a Metroid
I think it's
game.
because Metroid to me, apart from the Prime stuff, has always been, for some reason, I've just always seen it as like the 2D game.
Yeah, the 2D.
Like the 2D side.
Well, to be fair, for most of your life, that's all it's been.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, when did Metroid Prime 3 come out? Like 2008 or something? That's like...
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
something like that.
So like... Oh.
Yeah, it was something funny. It's something I've never noticed, like with you before. Like when you saw the trailer and you talked to me about it, it's like, wow, you seem more excited for this game than I do, and I like Metroid Prime.
Well, I think this is the thing, right? The thing with Smash
Yeah,
and how much it brings people into things, right?
yeah,
Because like, as we all know, or as you and I know,
yeah,
I was originally a Samus main.
yeah.
So it is fascinating to me to see more come out on Samus.
That's fair. And then like that strange version of Dark Samus at the end of the trailer. It was funny. I was listening to one of my YouTubers talk about the game after our last podcast and everything like that, and they were talking about how it looks like Halo. Metroid Prime
I was
4.
thinking he looks like Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear's enemies.
And I sort of had to relook at the trailer, and the part where she's on like that purpley planet reminds me like a lot of Forerunner from Halo 4, the level.
Oh yeah.
I never realized it until after that, which is hilarious because it's the game that people don't like.
Yeah.
I like Halo 4. I don't like the level Forerunner though. It's actually probably my least favorite level in the game. Oh golly. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for Metroid Prime 4 as well, and all of the games, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh golly.
There's some pretty good ones in there.
Yeah. Anyway, how did the Fire Emblem polls go?
I'm going to getting over there.
That's right. Well, while you're doing that, what should our poll be for next week?
I don't know,
We'll work it
to
out.
be honest. Yeah. It's been kind of a weird
Yeah, well, that's
mashup
right. We'll,
thing.
we'll probably work it out after episode.
The last round for like the first groups was, God, I've got to figure out how to say this correctly.
Yeah.
It's Kagero who's winning.
Kagero? From Scarlet
No,
Nexus?
no.
Yeah.
This is why I had the problem with Kagero when he first showed up.
Oh,
I couldn't say his name properly because the one I knew was another ninja.
Okay.
There's also a woman. No, her name is Kagero. And she won that one with the Three Houses Anna for some reason coming second.
That is odd.
It is odd. Considering, from what I understand, the Anna in Three Houses is absolutely useless. And she has no supports.
Oh, okay.
So, like...
Well, some
I don't
people
know.
must like her.
Yeah. Or they just didn't like the other two there.
That's fair.
To be fair, I don't know them.
Oh, okay.
And then we've had the first group of the second round. And the Awakening Anna is winning.
Oh, okay.
And Soth is second.
Lots of Annas.
Yep. Although the Three Houses Anna will be kicked in that one.
Oh, okay.
She's in it too and she's lost, so...
Oh, okay. Oh, golly. Poor Zelkov and Yunaka.
Zelkov is still here.
Oh, he's there?
Yeah. He's in group 5. Yeah, he'll come out in group 5. Huh? Wait, what? Pardon? What'd you say?
I said too many groups.
Oh, there's 5 in this second round.
Okay.
He's in the 5th one.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll either come first or second in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's alright. Is that all for those polls?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay. Then I guess we better
Much
wrap
less.
Up. We gotta wrap up and go record some human.
Yep.
We'll record some human.
That we should.
And I'll record some other stuff after that. Anyhow, hoodly. Why is it looking like it's going to rain outside now? That makes me sad. It was sunny before.
You know, it still hasn't rained over here.
That's alright. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I apologise for it being a bit of a mixed mash. Luckily, we managed to get a lot out of Fallout.
I had more to talk about than I thought I did.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Thank you for watching, and we shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye.